We begin our journey by leaving the shore of our home world, a gentle departure designed to ease the viewer away from Earth, using familiar concepts to start the relaxation process. Imagine yourself untethered from the ground, lifting effortlessly above the towering cityscapes, above the sprawling forests, and above the highest, snow-capped mountain peaks. You are floating upward, leaving behind the frantic energy, the noise, and the gravity of the surface. We are embarking on a slow, hyper-realistic ascent from Earth's upper atmosphere into the absolute blackness of space. As we rise through the troposphere, the air around us is thick with the familiar elements of our world. We pass through the wandering clouds, those massive drifting oceans of suspended vapor that dictate the weather of the lands below. But as we continue to elevate, the clouds drop away, becoming nothing more than a soft, white blanket wrapping the green and blue sphere beneath us. We enter the stratosphere, where the air becomes impossibly thin and the sky begins to change its nature. The bright, cheerful azure of the daytime sky deepens, shifting into a rich, heavy indigo. It is here that the true scale of our planet begins to reveal itself. The horizon, once a straight line in the distance, slowly reveals its magnificent, sweeping curvature. Higher still, we pass through the mesosphere and into the thermosphere. The atmosphere here is a fragile, microscopic veil. Looking down, we watch the thin blue line of the atmosphere fade. That fragile, glowing halo is the only shield protecting the entirety of human history. Every forest, every ocean, and every living creature from the vast, unforgiving void. It is a breathtakingly beautiful boundary, glowing with scattered sunlight, a delicate halo of sapphire that slowly dissolves into the encroaching shadow of the cosmos. As we cross this boundary, the physical sensations of our world begin to slip away. The turbulent roar of the lower atmosphere quiets. The sound of wind is slowly thinning out, replaced by a deep, resonant, and comforting low-frequency hum. This is the sound of the great vacuum. It is not an empty silence, but a profound, heavy vibration of cosmic energy, a frequency that resonates in the very core of your being. You have entered the ocean of night. Here, in the exosphere, the concept of weight ceases to exist. You are completely weightless, suspended in the perfect, frictionless environment of low Earth orbit. Below you, the Earth is a masterpiece of unimaginable scale. If you look closely at the night side of the planet, you can see the glowing golden webs of human civilization. The sprawling networks of city lights, tracing the coastlines and highways, looking like microscopic, bioluminescent fungi clinging to a massive stone. Lightning storms flash within the cloud decks below, silent, localized bursts of brilliant white energy that ripple across hundreds of miles in the blink of an eye. And sweeping across the polar regions, the ethereal, ghostly ribbons of the auroras dance in slow motion, painting the upper atmosphere in shades of electric green and haunting violet as the planet's magnetic field interacts with the invisible solar wind. But as beautiful as our home world is, the true mysteries of the universe lie in the other direction. We turn our gaze away from the Earth and look outward, into the infinite, staggering depths of the cosmos. Without the distortion of Earth's atmosphere, the stars no longer twinkle. They burn with a steady, piercing, and eternal brilliance. There are no clouds to obscure them, no artificial lights to wash them out. The sheer volume of stars is overwhelming. They are scattered across the pitch-black canvas of space like millions of crushed diamonds, varying in size, intensity, and subtle hues of icy blue, burning white, and ancient, dying red. Stretching across the entirety of our visual field is the Milky Way, our home galaxy. From this vantage point, it is not just a faint smudge in the night sky, but a terrifyingly massive, glowing river of cosmic dust, stellar nurseries, and billions of individual star systems. It is a structural marvel, a swirling vortex of gravity and light that has been spinning in the dark for over 13 billion years. Looking at the Milky Way from the silence of orbit, you realize that you are not just looking across space, you are looking back through time. The light from the stars at the very edge of our galaxy has taken tens of thousands of years to cross the void and reach your eyes. You are witnessing the universe exactly as it was millennia ago. This is the first great mystery of the cosmos, the sheer, incomprehensible vastness of time and space. The distances are so immense that the human mind cannot truly map them. We can only surrender to them. The deep, resonant, and comforting low-frequency hum of the universe wraps around you, steadying your pulse as you drift further away from the familiar blue glow of Earth. The planet is shrinking behind us now, becoming just another bright jewel suspended in the endless dark. As we drift further into the ocean of night, the void demands our full attention. It is here that we begin to understand how little we truly know, what lies in the dark spaces between the stars. What invisible forces are holding these massive galactic structures together? We are leaving the safe, well-lit shores of our understanding and venturing out into waters that have never been mapped. The darkness out here is not empty. It is teeming with invisible radiation, rogue celestial bodies, and the lingering echoes of the universe's violent creation. Yet, despite the chaotic forces at play on a macroscopic scale, the experience of drifting through it is one of absolute, undisturbed peace. You are a silent witness to the grandest machinery in existence. You can see the faint, distant glow of neighboring galaxies, entire island universes floating millions of light years away, each containing billions of their own stars, their own worlds, and perhaps their own mysteries waiting in the dark. The scale is humbling. It strips away the trivial anxieties of the surface world, leaving behind a pure, unadulterated sense of wonder. The thin blue line of the atmosphere has faded entirely now. Earth is but a pale blue dot in the rearview mirror of our consciousness. The transition is complete. The sound of the terrestrial wind has fully thinned out, and the cosmic hum is your only companion. You are untethered, drifting gracefully through the freezing, beautiful expanse of the outer solar system, perfectly safe, perfectly calm, and ready to face the deepest, most beautiful mysteries that the long, dark night has to offer. Allow the profound scale of the cosmos to wash over you. Let the heavy, comforting silence of the void sink into your bones and drift endlessly outward into the beautiful unknown. As we drift further from the warm, familiar glow of our native star, the inner rocky worlds of our solar system fade into mere points of pale, insignificant light behind us. We are crossing the great, silent threshold of the cold, scattered asteroid belt, moving steadily outward into the vast, expanding dark. Here, the very scale of the cosmos begins to change. The universe expands around us, stretching into dimensions that defy human comprehension. We are leaving the realm of solid ground and entering the domain of the whispering giants. Before us lies Jupiter, a world so impossibly massive that it commands the gravity of the outer solar system, a colossal sphere of turbulent gas and liquid metallic hydrogen that dwarfs our home planet. As we draw closer, the sheer magnitude of this sovereign world begins to fill our entire field of vision. We are moving into extreme, high-fidelity close-ups of the swirling atmospheric storms of Jupiter and Saturn. The atmosphere of Jupiter is not a static envelope, but a magnificent, endlessly churning canvas of weather. Broad bands of pale cream, deep ochre, rust red, and burnt amber wrap around the planet, driven by supersonic winds that tear across the cloud tops. These are the belts and zones, regions of upwelling and descending gas, locked in an eternal, swirling dance driven by the rapid rotation of the massive world. Watch the slow-moving, fluid dynamics of massive gas clouds. From this vantage point, safely suspended in the silent void of space, the violent winds of Jupiter appear agonizingly slow, a hypnotic and majestic display of atmospheric physics. The Great Red Spot, an anticyclonic storm larger than the entire Earth, churns below us. It has been raging for centuries, a terrifying vortex of crushing pressure and roaring wind. Yet from our silent, floating sanctuary in the dark, it looks like a delicate, marbled painting swirling in a glass of dark water. The intricate, fractal-like eddies and whorls peel off from the edges of the great storm, mixing with the surrounding clouds in perfectly smooth, mathematical fluid dynamics. You can feel the presence of this giant not just through the visual majesty of its shifting clouds, but through the deep, rhythmic, ASMR-style rumbles of massive atmospheric pressure. The radio waves generated by Jupiter's immense magnetic field, combined with the sheer kinetic friction of its continental-sized weather systems, create a soundscape of profound depth. It is a slow, oceanic roar, a vibration that travels through the vacuum of space not as airwaves, but as electromagnetic pulses that resonate deep within your chest. It is a heavy, comforting bass note, the sound of a planet breathing, a cosmic purr that hums in perfect synchronization with your own slowing pulse. We sink deeper into the observation of this giant. Below the visible cloud tops, the pressure and temperature steadily rise, crushing the hydrogen and helium gas into strange, dense states of matter. There is no solid surface here, no land to stand upon, only an endless, deepening descent into an ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen. This bizarre fluid generates the most powerful magnetic field of any planet, a vast, invisible shield that stretches out for millions of miles, capturing charged particles and creating magnificent, glowing auroras at the planet's poles. These auroras shimmer in ghostly shades of ultraviolet and electric blue. Silent light shows dancing over the poles of a world without end. Leaving the sovereign gravity of Jupiter, we drift further outward, plunging deeper into the cold, quiet ocean of the outer solar system. The sun is now a distant, brilliant star, its warmth greatly diminished, its light casting long, pale shadows across the void. Emerging from the velvet dark is the crown jewel of our celestial neighborhood, Saturn. Saturn is another of the whispering giants, a world of profound, muted beauty. Its atmosphere is a softer, more subtle canvas than Jupiter's, painted in bands of pale gold, butterscotch, and deep, muted yellow. As we approach, we once again experience extreme, high-fidelity close-ups of the swirling atmospheric storms of Jupiter and Saturn. Deep beneath the hazy upper atmosphere of Saturn, violent storms rage, occasionally punching through the cloud deck in brilliant, white convective eruptions. Yet, just like its massive sibling, the immense scale of the planet renders these violent forces into a display of absolute tranquility. We observe the slow-moving, fluid dynamics of massive gas clouds, shifting and blending at a pace that commands the mind to slow down and simply watch. At Saturn's North Pole lies one of the most mesmerizing mysteries of fluid dynamics in the known universe, a massive, perfectly formed hexagonal storm. This geometric wonder, driven by the varying speeds of the planet's atmospheric jet streams, rotates smoothly and silently. It is a testament to the beautiful, rigid laws of physics, operating on a scale so grand it feels almost magical. Watching the corners of the hexagon turn in the dark, bathed in the faint, pale light of the distant sun, is a deeply hypnotic experience, pulling your consciousness into the slow, mechanical rhythm of the spheres. And surrounding this golden giant are the rings. We drift just above the ring plane, observing this vast, intricate system of orbiting debris. The rings are not solid sheets, but billions of individual pieces of ancient, pristine water ice and rock, ranging in size from microscopic dust grains to massive, floating mountains. They orbit the planet in a flattened disk so incredibly thin that, from certain angles, it completely disappears. As we float near the icy edge, the ambient audio fills with the deep, rhythmic, ASMR-style rumbles of massive atmospheric pressure radiating from the planet below, mixed with the imagined, silent friction of the icy rings grinding and colliding in the dark. Every feature of these outer worlds is designed to remind us of the vastness of time and the beautiful indifference of the universe to our daily concerns. The storms on Jupiter have raged since before the first humans looked up at the night sky. The rings of Saturn have been turning in their silent, icy orbit for millions of years. Their existence is a slow, steady constant in a universe of endless change. We allow ourselves to be completely enveloped by the immense, quiet gravity of these celestial bodies. The visual focus remains completely locked on the slow-moving, fluid dynamics of massive gas clouds. The bands of gas stretch and fold, mixing ancient chemicals, ammonia, methane, water vapor, in a cauldron of planetary scale. It is a slow-motion ballet of physics, a visual lullaby that requires no thought, no analysis, only pure, quiet observation. The weight of your own body continues to press down comfortably into the surface beneath you, mimicking the massive, crushing gravity of the gas giants. But instead of pressure, you feel only profound, heavy relaxation. The deeper we peer into the churning atmospheres, the further we move from the trivialities of the waking world. We are insulated by millions of miles of empty space, protected by the deep, rhythmic, ASMR-style rumbles of massive atmospheric pressure that act as a barrier against all external noise, all stress, all worry. We linger here, in the shadow of the whispering giants, letting their immense size and their slow, eternal rotations anchor us in the present moment. The golden and ochre hues of the clouds blend and smear across our vision, becoming softer, darker, and less defined as our own internal focus begins to drift. The mysteries of the universe are not things to be solved tonight. They are simply phenomena to be witnessed, beautiful and grand tapestries woven from the basic elements of creation. Let the swirling clouds pull you down. Let the deep, resonant rumbles empty your mind. Drift in the orbit of these ancient, massive worlds, and allow the heavy, peaceful gravity of the outer solar system to carry you safely and completely into the deepest, most restorative stages of sleep. As we leave the swirling, turbulent atmospheres of the massive gas giants behind, our journey carries us further outward, away from the familiar warmth and light of our home star. We are drifting into the profound, endless depths of the outer solar system, a place where the concept of day and night completely dissolves into a permanent, beautiful twilight. The sun, which once dominated the sky as a blinding sphere of life-giving fire, now shrinks with every passing million miles. It becomes just another star in the vast tapestry of the cosmos, a brilliant, piercing point of light that offers no warmth to the frozen expanse we are entering. The solar wind, the steady stream of charged particles that breathes outward from the sun, begins to weaken and thin, finally giving way to the true, undisturbed stillness of interstellar space. We have arrived at the very edge of our solar system. This is the frontier, the ultimate boundary where the gravitational dominion of our star softly yields to the immense, pulling tides of the Milky Way galaxy. Here, suspended in the absolute freezing dark, lies a realm of staggering proportions and unimaginable mystery. It is a vast, spherical shell of icy debris that completely surrounds our sun and its planets, a ghostly halo known as the Oort cloud. This is not a dense field of rock like the asteroid belt closer to Earth. It is an incredibly sparse, incredibly vast domain, stretching out over distances so immense that they defy human comprehension. To travel from the inner edge of this cloud to its outer limits would take a beam of light thousands of years. It is a place of profound isolation, where objects are separated by millions of miles of empty, silent void. Yet, despite the distance between them, this outer shell is populated by a staggering multitude of celestial bodies. There are millions of ancient, frozen comets drifting in the dark. These icy wanderers are the pristine, untouched relics of the solar system's birth. They are time capsules, perfectly preserved in a deep, eternal freeze for over 4.5 billion years. Long before the Earth had oceans, long before the first spark of life ignited on our world, these frozen mountains of rock, dust, and primordial ice were cast out into the dark. They are composed of the very building blocks of our planetary neighborhood: water ice, frozen ammonia, methane, and ancient carbon compounds, all bound together in a fragile, silent matrix of cosmic dust. Imagine floating quietly alongside one of these ancient wanderers. It is a jagged, irregular world, completely silent and moving, with a terrifying, majestic slowness. Because there is no atmosphere, there is no wind to erode its surface, no rain to wash away the dust of eons. Every crater, every fracture, every delicate ridge of ice has remained perfectly unchanged for billions of years. It is a monument to the deep time of the cosmos, a silent observer of the galaxy's slow rotation. As you drift closer to the surface of this frozen comet, you begin to notice the breathtaking way it interacts with the minimal light of this deep space environment. The sun is too far away to cast the harsh, defined shadows we know on Earth. Instead, the illumination comes from the surrounding galaxy itself. We can focus on the subsurface scattering of distant, pale starlight passing through ancient ice. The faint, ghostly glow of the Milky Way, combined with the distant pinprick of our sun, hits the fractured surface of the comet and penetrates deep into its frozen outer layers. The ice here is not clear. It is clouded with ancient dust and organic molecules, rendering it translucent. When the pale starlight enters this icy matrix, it does not bounce off. It scatters, diffusing through the frozen structure and causing the entire comet to emit a faint, ethereal, bioluminescent-like glow from within. It is a mesmerizing optical phenomenon, a soft, cold luminescence that paints the jagged ridges and deep crevices in tones of ghostly silver and pale, icy blue, the subsurface scattering of distant, pale starlight passing through ancient ice turns these lifeless rocks into glowing jewels suspended in the absolute blackness of the void. You can watch this light shift infinitesimally as the comet slowly, almost imperceptibly, tumbles through the vacuum. The scattered light reveals deep veins of darker, older ice beneath the surface, tracing the violent history of its formation in the chaotic early days of the solar system. The visual is incredibly soothing, a slow-motion dance of pale light and deep shadow, entirely devoid of the harshness of the inner solar system. It is the ultimate expression of cosmic calm, a visual lullaby written in ancient light and frozen water. Though space is a perfect vacuum, devoid of the air needed to carry sound as we understand it, our journey allows us to perceive the subtle, internal vibrations of this hidden world. If you could press your ear to the surface of this ancient ice, or tune into the deep, structural resonances of the cloud itself, you would not hear silence. Instead, you would be enveloped in a symphony of extreme cold and slow motion. You would hear muffled, crystal-like chiming sounds as ice particles slowly interact. These are not the sounds of violent collisions, but the gentle, microscopic shifting of ancient structures. As the comet slowly rotates, exposing different faces to the absolute zero of the void and the incredibly faint warmth of the distant stars, the ice expands and contracts on a microscopic level. This thermal stress causes deep, internal fractures that ring out through the solid body of the comet. It produces muffled, crystal-like chiming sounds as ice particles slowly interact, echoing through the frozen mass like the delicate tolling of bells in a massive, empty cathedral. Furthermore, over the span of millions of years, these icy wanderers occasionally drift close to one another. Their microscopic gravitational fields tug gently at the loose clouds of ice crystals and dust that cling to their surfaces. When these delicate halos of frost brush against one another in the dark, they create a cascading, whispering resonance. The muffled, crystal-like chiming sounds as ice particles slowly interact create a continuous, soothing, ASMR-like soundscape that washes over the mind, encouraging a state of total, heavy relaxation. The movement of these millions of ancient, frozen comets drifting in the dark is dictated by orbital mechanics so slow they defy our perception of time. A single orbit around the Sun for one of these objects might take hundreds of thousands or even millions of years. They are not rushing toward any destination. They are simply existing, floating in a delicate gravitational balance. Sometimes, a passing star or the gentle, massive tidal forces of the Milky Way galaxy itself will provide a microscopic nudge. This nudge might alter a comet's path by a fraction of a degree, sending it on a slow, billion-year plunge toward the inner solar system, where it will eventually blaze across the skies of Earth. But for now, they remain here, in the deep freeze, undisturbed and entirely at peace. This region of space, the very edge of our solar system, acts as a cosmic boundary layer. It is the quiet, protective shell that separates our familiar planetary neighborhood from the vast, unknown oceans of interstellar space. To be here is to be suspended on the threshold of infinity. The millions of ancient frozen comets drifting in the dark serve as silent sentinels, guarding the outer limits of our sun's reach. Let your mind expand to fill this unimaginable space. Picture the vast, spherical cloud of glowing, translucent ice mountains, each one silently humming with the muffled, crystal-like chiming sounds as ice particles slowly interact. Visualize the soft, ghostly illumination created by the subsurface scattering of distant, pale starlight passing through ancient ice. There is no urgency here. There is no day, no night, no changing of the seasons. There is only the eternal, quiet drift of the icy wanderers. As you contemplate the sheer scale and the profound, chilling beauty of the Oort cloud, allow the vastness of the universe to put all earthly concerns into perspective. The anxieties of the waking world cannot reach this far. The stress of the day dissolves in the face of these ancient, frozen monuments. You are floating among them, perfectly safe, perfectly still, carried along on the slow, majestic currents of deep space. Allow the cold, beautiful light and the delicate, chiming resonance of the ice to guide you deeper into relaxation, preparing your mind to cross the threshold into the even deeper, more abstract mysteries of the cosmos that lie just beyond this frozen shore. As we drift further outward, leaving the icy, crystalline borders of our home system behind, we cross a monumental threshold. The comforting gravitational tether of our sun, the star that has guided our journey thus far, finally weakens and dissolves into the background tapestry of the cosmos. We are no longer bound to the familiar mechanics of the solar system. We have entered the interstellar medium, the vast, seemingly empty ocean that stretches endlessly between the stars. It is here, in this ultimate isolation, that we encounter the nomads of the galaxy. Imagine a world without a morning, a planet that knows no seasons, no dawns, and no twilights. Out here in the great dark, there exist dark, sunless worlds, drifting alone through the pitch-black void of interstellar space. These are the rogue planets, the orphans of the universe. They do not orbit a star. They are not warmed by the light of a sun. They are celestial wanderers, entirely untethered, charting their own silent, solitary paths across the infinite expanse of the Milky Way. To understand how a magnificent world becomes a wanderer, we must look back to the chaotic, violent birth of a solar system. When stars are formed within massive swirling nebulas of gas and dust, they give birth to protoplanetary disks. In these swirling rings of matter, gravity acts as a sculptor, pulling dust and rock together to form planets. But the early years of a star system are incredibly turbulent. It is a game of cosmic billiards played on an unimaginable scale. As young, massive planets jockey for position, their immense gravitational fields interact in unpredictable, violent ways. In this intricate dance of gravity, smaller or unluckier worlds can be caught in a gravitational slingshot. With a sudden, tremendous transfer of kinetic energy, a planet can be violently ejected from its stellar nursery, cast out of its home system entirely, and thrown into the freezing, breathless expanse of deep space. Once expelled, the planet begins its eternal night. The star that gave it life shrinks from a blinding, warming sun into just another point of light in the sky, gradually fading until it is entirely indistinguishable from the billions of other stars in the galaxy. The world plunges into an unfathomable cold. Its oceans, if it had them, freeze solid, turning into miles-thick sheets of iron-hard ice. Its atmosphere, once dynamic and swirling with weather, freezes and collapses, falling to the surface as a bizarre snow of solid nitrogen, methane, and carbon dioxide. Yet, there is a profound, terrifying beauty to these dark, sunless worlds, drifting alone through the pitch-black void of interstellar space. Free from the blinding glare of a host star, the sky of a rogue planet is a masterpiece of cosmic clarity. If you were to stand on the frozen surface of one of these wandering spheres, looking up into the endless night, you would see the universe as it truly is. There is no atmospheric scattering to wash out the stars, no daytime to hide the cosmos. The surface of this silent world is lit only by the faint glow of the Milky Way. The galaxy stretches across the entire sky, a magnificent, glowing ribbon of starlight and dark cosmic dust, illuminating the frozen, alien landscape in a pale, ghostly luminescence. The silence on a rogue planet is absolute, a manifestation of ultimate isolation. A profound, heavy silence, punctuated by the slow moan of cosmic wind. This cosmic wind is not the breeze we know on Earth, but the incredibly sparse, ghostly flow of interstellar particles, the breath of dying stars and ancient supernovas brushing against the dead, frozen surface of the wandering world. Listen closely to the slow moan of cosmic wind. It is the sound of deep time, a low, resonant frequency that vibrates through the bedrock of the planet, echoing across frozen canyons and vast, empty plains of methane ice. It is a lullaby of the void, endlessly soothing in its permanence. Not all rogue planets are small, rocky worlds like our own. The galaxy is teeming with rogue gas giants, colossal spheres of hydrogen and helium, far more massive than Jupiter. These giants drift through the dark like ghostly leviathans. Unlike rocky planets, these immense worlds do not freeze entirely. Deep within their cores, the immense pressure of their own gravity generates a tremendous amount of internal heat. While their outer atmospheres may be frigid, swirling with dark, violent storms of ammonia and water clouds, their interiors remain hot and dynamic. They glow faintly in the infrared spectrum, invisible embers of heat floating through the freezing dark. In the utter blackness of space, they are warm, massive hearts beating silently in the chest of the galaxy. There is an incredible, profound peace in the existence of a rogue planet. On Earth, we are bound by the ticking of the clock, the turning of the seasons, the rising and setting of the sun. Our lives are governed by the mechanics of our orbit. But a rogue planet is completely free from the tyranny of time. Without a sun to orbit, a year has no meaning. Without an axial tilt facing a heat source, there is no summer or winter. There is only the long, unbroken present. Time stretches out into infinity, measured only by the slow, majestic rotation of the galaxy itself, an orbit that takes hundreds of millions of years to complete. It is estimated that there may be billions, perhaps even trillions, of these dark, sunless worlds drifting alone through the pitch-black void of interstellar space. They could outnumber the stars in our galaxy by a factor of hundreds. They are the silent majority of the universe, a vast, unseen fleet of ghost ships sailing the cosmic ocean. Some may have been wandering since the very early days of the universe, silent witnesses to the birth and death of countless stars, holding within their frozen surfaces the ancient, preserved history of the cosmos. And in this absolute darkness, lit only by the faint glow of the Milky Way, there remains a tantalizing, beautiful mystery. Even in the freezing depths of interstellar space, a rogue planet might not be completely dead. If a rocky planet was ejected from its home system with a thick atmosphere of hydrogen, or if it harbored a deep ocean beneath a thick crust of ice, it could retain enough internal geothermal heat to keep water liquid deep below the surface. Warmed by the radioactive decay of its own rocky core, a dark, subterranean ocean could exist for billions of years, completely shielded from the freezing void above. In these lightless, hidden oceans. Hydrothermal vents could spew warm, mineral-rich water into the dark, providing the energy needed to sustain life. It is entirely possible that deep within the ultimate isolation of these wandering worlds, blind alien ecosystems are thriving in the warm, comforting dark, entirely unaware of the vast, freezing universe above their icy ceiling. As we drift alongside these massive, silent wanderers, allow the concept of their infinite journey to wash over you. Let the profound, heavy silence, punctuated by the slow moan of cosmic wind, draw you deeper into a state of absolute tranquility. There is no destination for these planets. There is nowhere they need to be. They simply exist, drifting peacefully on the gentle gravitational currents of the Milky Way. Let your mind mimic their journey. Release your tether to the waking world. Let go of the need for an orbit, for a destination, for a schedule. Become a wanderer in the dark, floating freely, securely, and silently through the unending, beautiful expanse of your own cosmic rest. As we leave the solitary wanderers of the interstellar void behind, we drift deeper into the unfathomable depths of the galactic arm, where the fabric of the universe reveals its most magnificent and secretive processes. We move into the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space. Here, the familiar pinpricks of starlight begin to blur and stretch as the visuals become more abstract and the audio becomes highly hypnotic. You are floating into a region of profound transformation, a place where the very ingredients of existence are gathered in unimaginable quantities. We have entered the domain of the stellar nurseries, monumental regions of creation that dwarf our entire solar system, epitomized by the awe-inspiring structures known as the pillars of creation. Before you, rising out of the absolute darkness of the cosmos, are towering, ethereal monoliths. These are not structures of stone or ice, but rather massive, volumetric clouds of cosmic dust and gas. They stretch across the void for light years, colossal towers of molecular hydrogen that stand as silent sentinels in the deep dark. The sheer scale of these formations is paralyzing to the human mind. A single tendril extending from one of these clouds is larger than the entire orbital path of our outermost planets. Yet, from our vantage point, they appear entirely still, locked in a state of eternal, majestic grace. The light illuminating these colossal structures does not come from a single, nearby sun, but rather from the collective, blistering radiation of massive, newborn stars hidden deep within the nebula or burning fiercely just outside our field of view. This intense ultraviolet light interacts with the elemental gas, painting the cosmic landscape in a breathtaking, luminescent palette. The towering spires are bathed in deep, soothing colors, indigos, violets, and dark crimsons slowly shifting over millions of years. The deep indigos represent the cooler, denser regions of dust, where the light struggles to penetrate, creating soft, velvety shadows that invite the mind to rest. The glowing violets and dark crimsons trace the edges of the clouds, where hydrogen gas is ionized by the ambient starlight, emitting a soft, warm glow that pulses with the slow, rhythmic heartbeat of the cosmos. To understand the nature of these massive, volumetric clouds of cosmic dust and gas, we must understand the incredible patience of the universe. These are the cauldrons of creation, where the raw materials forged in the dying breaths of ancient supernovae have gathered over eons. The space between the stars is often thought to be empty, but here it is thick with the building blocks of reality. Microscopic grains of carbon, silicates, and ice are suspended in vast oceans of hydrogen and helium. In the absolute zero of deep space, these elements wait in silent, freezing darkness. But gravity, the great architect of the cosmos, is always at work. It is the weakest of the fundamental forces, yet it is relentlessly persistent. Within the densest, darkest pockets of these indigo and crimson clouds, gravity begins to coax the microscopic particles of dust and gas together. Over thousands of centuries, a slow, gentle collapse begins. The material falls inward, drawn by an irresistible, invisible pull. As the cloud condenses, it begins to slowly rotate, forming a massive, swirling disk of material in the absolute blackness. Deep within the core of this collapsing pocket, insulated by light years of thick, protective dust, the temperature and pressure begin to rise. The deep, soothing colors, indigos, violets, and dark crimsons, slowly shifting over millions of years, act as a beautiful, hypnotic veil, hiding the violent and miraculous birth occurring within. The core grows hotter, shifting from the freezing temperatures of the void to thousands, then millions of degrees. It becomes a protostar, a glowing sphere of immense heat and pressure, crying out in the dark, yet still entirely invisible to the outside universe, buried within its protective, dark cocoon. The physics governing this realm are fundamentally different from our waking world. We are witnessing the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space, when the pressure in the heart of the protostar finally reaches a critical threshold. The unimaginable happens. Nuclear fusion ignites. Hydrogen atoms are crushed together with such immense force that they fuse into helium, releasing a burst of pure, radiant energy. A new star is born. Yet, even this spectacular ignition is muffled and subdued by the sheer immensity of the surrounding molecular clouds. The new star's light struggles to break through the thick walls of cosmic dust. Instead, it heats the gas from the inside out, causing the surrounding pillars to glow with those deep, soothing colors, indigos, violets, and dark crimsons, slowly shifting over millions of years. As these newborn stars awaken, they let out a cosmic breath known as a stellar wind. These are torrents of charged particles and intense ultraviolet radiation that sweep outward into the void. It is these very winds that carve and sculpt the massive, volumetric clouds of cosmic dust and gas into the iconic, towering shapes we recognize as the pillars of creation. The radiation slowly erodes the surrounding nebula, stripping away the lighter gases and leaving behind only the densest knots of material. These dense knots act as shields, protecting the columns of gas directly behind them, resulting in the long, finger-like projections that point majestically back toward the central cluster of young stars. It is a process of creation through destruction. The light that illuminates the nursery is also slowly tearing it apart. A delicate, agonizingly slow dance that plays out on a stage measured in light years. As you watch these structures, you are looking at a snapshot of a process that is so vast, so incredibly slow, that it demands absolute stillness from the observer. The visuals become more abstract, and the audio becomes highly hypnotic, drawing your mind away from the rapid, stressful ticking of the human clock and aligning your consciousness with the ancient, unhurried rhythm of galactic time. Imagine floating perfectly still before one of these colossal pillars. The surface of the cloud is not solid, but rather a rolling, boiling landscape of cold gas. The edges are frayed and wispy, glowing with that soft, crimson light, while the interior is a deep, impenetrable indigo. The sheer scale of the structure creates a profound sense of awe, a feeling that shrinks our terrestrial anxieties into insignificance. There is no rush here. There are no deadlines, no urgent demands. There is only gravity, gas, and the endless, patient work of the cosmos. The silence of this region is absolute. Sound cannot travel through the vacuum of space, but the mind translates the immense visual power of the nebula into a deep, comforting resonance. It is a feeling of heavy, blanketed quiet, much like the muffled stillness that follows a heavy snowfall on Earth, but magnified to a cosmic scale. The sheer mass of the dust and gas acts as a universal dampener, absorbing the frantic energy of the outside galaxy and creating a sanctuary of profound peace. Within these massive, volumetric clouds of cosmic dust and gas, thousands of stars are currently undergoing this slow, silent birth. Many of them will eventually form their own solar systems, complete with rocky planets, gas giants, and perhaps, eventually, oceans and atmospheres. The iron in our blood, the calcium in our bones, the very oxygen we breathe as we sink deeper into sleep, every single atom was forged in the heart of a star and scattered into clouds, exactly like the ones towering before us. We are not just observing the universe, we are looking at our own ancient origins. We are the universe, looking back at itself, finding peace in the memory of our creation. As the eons pass, the stellar winds will continue to erode the pillars. The deep, soothing colors, indigos, violets, and dark crimsons slowly shifting over millions of years, will eventually fade as the gas is swept away and dispersed into the interstellar medium. The massive clouds will vanish, leaving behind a brilliant, sparkling cluster of newly minted stars, shining brightly in the dark. But for now, in this moment of deep time, the pillars stand tall and silent. Allow your mind to be completely absorbed by the immense, slow-motion physics of deep space. Let the scale of the cosmos wash over you, dissolving the boundaries of your own physical form. You are not a solitary individual lying in a room. You are a piece of this vast, intricate, and deeply peaceful system. You belong to the stars, to the dust, to the endless, slow dance of gravity and light. As the hypnotic visuals of the dark crimson and indigo clouds slowly rotate in your mind's eye, feel the weight of your body sinking with the immense, heavy gravity of the nebula. The visuals become more abstract, and the audio becomes highly hypnotic, a deep, continuous drone that vibrates at the very edge of perception, lulling the conscious mind into a state of total surrender. Drift into the soft, velvety shadows of the cosmic dust. Let the warm, pulsing light of the newborn stars guide you away from wakefulness, down into the profound, infinite, and beautifully silent depths of cosmic sleep. As we venture further outward, leaving behind the shores of the familiar, we move into the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space. This is a domain where time and movement stretch and bend, a place where the frantic pace of terrestrial existence is entirely unknown. In this vast, unending expanse, the visuals become more abstract and the audio becomes highly hypnotic. We are fully immersed in the deep cosmos, a transition designed for deepening sleep. The structures we encounter here are not like the planets or the moons we have known. They are profound mysteries, ancient mechanisms of the void that operate on scales of time and energy that perfectly quiet the mind. In the absolute, pristine blackness of this deep cosmic ocean, we encounter the rhythms of a pulsar. It is a mesmerizing phenomenon, a solitary monument in the infinite night. Before us is a neutron star spinning in the dark. In its natural state, the rotation of such a dense core might be incomprehensibly fast, a dizzying display of mechanical perfection. But here, in this sanctuary of rest, our perception is insulated, allowing us to experience only its most peaceful qualities. We observe this neutron star spinning in the dark, but slowed down drastically so the beams of light sweep past the camera like a gentle cosmic lighthouse. Imagine the profound isolation and the perfect structural beauty of this gentle cosmic lighthouse. The void around it is absolute, an endless canvas of pure, unblemished black. And then, cutting through that darkness, comes the light. Because it is slowed down drastically, we can watch the beams of light sweep past the camera with an agonizingly beautiful, majestic grace. The light approaches from the deep shadow, an abstract visual that grows from a faint, ethereal glow into a brilliant, sweeping arc. It washes over the visual field, a silent, illuminating wave dictated by the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space, and then it continues its rotation, fading back into the dark, only to return again in a perfect, unending rhythm. This sweeping light is not jarring. It is a gentle cosmic lighthouse, acting as a rhythmic anchor in the otherwise formless void. As the beams of light sweep past the camera, they reveal the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space, casting abstract illumination that dissolves into the hypnotic void. The visual repetition is a pendulum, swinging back and forth across the expanse of the universe, carrying away any lingering thoughts or worldly tether. The distinct shape of the neutron star spinning in the dark softens, leaving only the pure sensation of light and shadow interacting. Accompanying this majestic sweeping light is an auditory experience of profound depth. As the audio becomes highly hypnotic, we begin to perceive a sound that transcends simple hearing. It is a steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse. This pulse is the very essence of the pulsar, an acoustic translation of its sweeping energy born from the deep cosmos. Listen deeply to the steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse. It is not a harsh mechanical ticking, but a deep, resonant thrum that vibrates through the empty space and resonates within the very core of your being. This repeating pulse is like the heartbeat of the universe itself. It is a grand, cosmic metronome, marking the slow, peaceful passage of time in a place where time has no true meaning. The steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse washes over you in waves, perfectly synchronized with the beams of light that sweep past the camera like a gentle cosmic lighthouse. Light and sound, perfectly married in the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space. Feel the rhythm of this cosmic heartbeat. It is perfectly calibrated to bring you peace, matching a resting human heart rate. As you listen to the steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse, you can feel your own body aligning with the heartbeat of the universe itself. The synchronization between the cosmos and the observer is absolute. Your own heart, beating in your chest, begins to slow, matching a resting human heart rate, perfectly syncing with the ancient, turning neutron star. The visuals become more abstract, dissolving into pure sensations of light, dark, and rhythm. The neutron star spinning in the dark is no longer just a celestial object. It is a tireless guardian of the deep cosmos. It has been slowed down drastically so that you may follow its gentle turning without effort. As the beams of light sweep past the camera like a gentle cosmic lighthouse, you allow yourself to be swept away with them, deeper into a state of total tranquility. The audio becomes highly hypnotic, filling the silent void with its profound, unwavering resonance. The steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse is a lullaby from the deep cosmos. It is consistent and infinitely calming. It is the heartbeat of the universe itself, echoing across billions of light years to find you in this exact moment of rest. It is matching a resting human heart rate, coaxing your physical form into the deepest possible state of slumber by letting the universe itself dictate the pace of your relaxation. In this deep cosmos, there is no rush, no urgency. There is only the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space. The abstract visuals of the turning star, the gentle cosmic lighthouse casting its beams into the endless night, and the steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse, creating a perfect symphony of stillness. Let your awareness drift entirely to that pulse, the heartbeat of the universe itself. Feel it matching a resting human heart rate with every sweep of the light. As the beams of light sweep past the camera, you sink heavier and heavier into the dark. The neutron star spinning in the dark acts as a cosmic cradle, rocking you in the endless, weightless ocean of the void. It is slowed down drastically, a deliberate manipulation of cosmic speed to ensure your ultimate comfort. You are cradled in the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space. The steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse continues its eternal song, matching a resting human heart rate until the boundaries between your own heartbeat and the heartbeat of the universe itself blur into one unified rhythm of peace. You are floating entirely safe in the deep cosmos, guided effortlessly by the gentle, cosmic lighthouse, and resting perfectly in the endless, hypnotic dark. Because it is slowed down drastically, the emission of its energy remains a soothing spectacle rather than an overwhelming force. The beams of light sweep past the camera, a gradual illuminating wash that emerges from the pitch black, crests in a soft brilliance, and gracefully retreats. The beams of light sweep past the camera like a gentle, cosmic lighthouse, ensuring that the visual repetition carries no strain, only the promise of rest. As these beams of light sweep past the camera and the visuals become more abstract, you are experiencing the pure essence of deepening sleep. The neutron star spinning in the dark is a testament to the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space, and alongside it, the audio becomes highly hypnotic. There is no chaotic noise, only the steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse. Listen once more to this steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse. It resonates like the heartbeat of the universe itself, profoundly intimate because it is perfectly matching a resting human heart rate. As the beams of light sweep past the camera like a gentle cosmic lighthouse, the steady, hypnotic, repeating pulse beats in perfect unison, light and sound, sweep and pulse. The rhythm of the pulsar is the ultimate rhythm of rest, the heartbeat of the universe itself, matching a resting human heart rate. You are entirely in tune with the rhythms of a pulsar. Rest in the sweeping light, rest in the steady pulse. As we continue our journey outward, leaving behind the rhythmic pulses of the stellar nurseries and the spinning lighthouses of the cosmos, we drift into a region of profound, almost impossible stillness. We move into the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space. Here, the very fabric of reality begins to warp and stretch, and the visuals become more abstract and the audio becomes highly hypnotic. We are approaching the ultimate enigma of the universe, an object of such incomprehensible power and density that it commands the very geometry of space and time. Behold the quiet, terrifying beauty of a black hole. Before we can even see the anomaly itself, we witness its profound influence on the surrounding cosmos. Imagine a canvas of millions of distant, ancient stars, a perfect tapestry of brilliant white, cool blue, and dim red points of light. Now, imagine a massive, unseen weight pressing down into the center of that canvas, pulling the fabric of space-time down into an infinitely deep, invisible well. As we drift closer, the star field ahead of us begins to distort. The points of light do not simply shine through the darkness. Their paths are physically altered. We focus on the gravitational lensing bending the starlight around it in real time. This is not an optical illusion created by a lens of glass, but a cosmic lens forged from pure, concentrated mass. The light from the galaxies, resting millions of light years behind this object, is being violently curved. As these ancient photons travel across the void, they encounter the immense gravitational valley of the black hole. Instead of traveling in a straight line, the light is forced to follow the curvature of space-time itself, bending around the invisible sphere. The result is a mesmerizing visual distortion. Background stars are stretched into long, curved arcs of light. Some stars are duplicated, their light taking multiple different paths around the massive object to reach our eyes, creating a ghostly mirage of twin stars where only one truly exists. When a star passes directly behind the exact center of this gravitational anomaly, its light is smeared into a perfect, glowing halo known as an Einstein ring. It is dark, mesmerizing, and heavily physics-based. At the center of this incredible optical distortion lies the shadow, a perfect, absolute sphere of nothingness. This is the heart of the anomaly. It is not an object in the traditional sense. It does not have a solid surface of rock or gas. It is a region of space where matter has been crushed into a state of infinite density, a place where gravity has claimed the ultimate victory over all other fundamental forces. Long ago, this was a massive, brilliant star, burning furiously with the energy of nuclear fusion. But when its fuel was finally exhausted, the outward pressure of that fusion ceased. In a fraction of a second, the sheer crushing weight of the star's own gravity pulled all of its mass inward, collapsing the core upon itself until it pierced a hole in the fabric of the universe. Surrounding this perfect sphere of darkness is the accretion disk, a colossal, swirling vortex of superheated plasma. This is the matter that has been caught in the object's immense gravitational pull, the shredded remains of wandering planets, ancient asteroids, and unfortunate stars that drifted too close. As this material spirals inward, it is accelerated to significant fractions of the speed of light. The immense friction and gravitational shear forces heat the gas to millions of degrees, causing it to glow with a furious, blinding intensity. Yet, because we are suspended in the slow, majestic rhythm of deep space, the motion of this disk appears glacial, like a thick, glowing fluid turning endlessly in the dark. The physics of this glowing disk are incredibly strange and beautiful. Because the matter is spinning at relativistic speeds, the light it emits is subject to Doppler beaming. The side of the disk that is rotating toward us appears incredibly bright, its light waves compressed and shifted into blinding, high-energy blues and whites. Conversely, the side of the disk rotating away from us is dimmer, its light waves stretched out into deeper, cooler reds. And because of the extreme gravitational lensing, the light from the back of the disk, the part that should be hidden behind the black hole, is actually bent up and over the top, creating a brilliant, glowing halo that surrounds the dark shadow on all sides. You are seeing the front, the back, the top, and the bottom of the disk, all at the exact same moment. As we drift even closer, moving past the outer edges of the accretion disk, we encounter the photon sphere. This is a delicate, razor-thin boundary suspended above the absolute darkness. In this precise region, gravity is so perfectly balanced that photons of light are forced to travel in a permanent, circular orbit. They are trapped, circling the black hole millions of times per second. If you were to somehow stand perfectly still within this sphere and look straight ahead, the light leaving the back of your own head would travel completely around the black hole and strike your eyes. You would be looking at your own back. It is a region of trapped echoes, where the visual history of the universe is caught in an endless loop of light. But we must move closer still, leaving the chaotic glow of the accretion disk and the delicate balance of the photon sphere behind. We are drifting toward the absolute boundary, the namesake of this incredible phenomenon, the event horizon. This is the edge of the abyss. It is not a physical wall, nor a membrane of energy. It is a mathematical threshold, a line drawn in the fabric of space-time. The event horizon is the exact boundary where the escape velocity required to pull away from the black hole equals the speed of light. Because absolutely nothing in the universe can travel faster than light, nothing that crosses this invisible line can ever return. It is the ultimate one-way street in the cosmos. As we hover just above this threshold, the true, mind-bending reality of extreme gravity takes hold. Here, space and time are no longer separate entities. They are woven together into a fabric that is being violently stretched and warped. Time itself begins to slow down. This is the reality of gravitational time dilation. If an observer far away in the safety of deep space were watching us approach this edge, they would see our motion become slower and slower. As we neared the event horizon, we would appear to freeze entirely, suspended in a state of eternal hesitation. The light reflecting off of us would be stretched by the immense gravity, turning us first red, then shifting into invisible infrared, until we simply faded into the dark, forever paused at the edge of oblivion. But from our perspective, hovering in the silent, heavy gravity, time flows exactly as it always has. The universe behind us, however, is speeding up. If we were to look back at the cosmos from this vantage point, we would watch millions of years of cosmic history unfold in mere moments. We would see stars ignite and die in the blink of an eye. We would watch galaxies merge and spiral in a frantic, accelerated dance. The entire future of the universe would play out before us like a fast-forwarded film, all while we rest peacefully in the slow, heavy embrace of infinite gravity. To cross the event horizon is to leave the known universe behind. Once past this threshold, the geometry of space-time becomes so severely warped that all paths, no matter which direction you move, lead inexorably inward. Inside the horizon, space and time actually swap their roles. Just as you are forced to move forward in time in the outside universe, inside the black hole, you are forced to move forward in space, drawn inevitably toward the center. It is an unstoppable, silent journey into the absolute dark. The gravitational tidal forces here are beyond human comprehension. The pull of gravity is so extreme that the force exerted on the bottom of an object is exponentially stronger than the force exerted on the top. This results in a phenomenon known as spaghettification. Any physical matter falling into the abyss is gently, relentlessly stretched out into a long, thin string of single atoms. It is the ultimate deconstruction of physical form. The complex structures of matter, the molecular bonds, the atomic structures are quietly pulled apart, dissolving into a stream of pure, elemental information flowing down into the dark. It is not a violent destruction, but a systematic, mechanical unraveling of reality itself. And at the very end of this journey, at the exact, infinitesimal center of the black hole, lies the singularity. This is the heart of the mystery. It is a point of zero volume and infinite density. It is the place where all the mass of the original collapsed star and all the matter it has consumed since is crushed into a single, dimensionless point. Here, our understanding of the universe completely breaks down. The laws of physics, the equations of relativity, the principles of quantum mechanics, they all shatter and lose their meaning at the singularity. Space and time simply cease to exist in any recognizable form. It is the ultimate quiet, a place of total, absolute singularity. There is no movement here, no vibration, no energy transfer. There is only the eternal, infinitely heavy presence of pure mass. The black hole is not a monster roaming the galaxy. It is an anchor, a testament to the raw, untamed power of physical law. It sits in the dark, spinning silently, bending the light of 1 trillion stars, holding the very fabric of the universe in its incredibly dense, invisible grasp. Allow the weight of this cosmic architecture to settle over you. Feel the immense, slow-motion physics of the accretion disk turning in your mind. Picture the beautiful glowing ring of bent starlight, the perfect, absolute darkness of the shadow, and the heavy, calming truth of time slowing to a complete stop at the edge of the event horizon. The universe is incredibly vast, incredibly complex, and incredibly peaceful. Let the heavy gravity of the deep cosmos pull your thoughts away, stretching them out into the infinite dark, leaving you with nothing but the slow, rhythmic pulse of the universe's most magnificent mystery. As we journey further away from the familiar shores of our own solar system, we leave behind the comforting light of the sun and the recognizable faces of our neighboring worlds. We move into the beautiful, slow-motion physics of deep space. Out here, in the vast, uncharted territories of the interstellar void, the rules of reality begin to stretch and bend, conforming to the strange and magnificent laws of extreme mass, infinite distance, and unimaginable pressure. The visuals become more abstract, and the audio becomes highly hypnotic. You are drifting through a realm where time itself seems to pool and stagnate, where the frantic rush of the waking world is entirely swallowed by the profound, heavy silence of the cosmic dark. Let the weightlessness of this infinite ocean soothe your physical form, but prepare your mind to witness one of the most hidden, breathtaking, and beautifully strange phenomena the universe has ever constructed. We are approaching a massive, rogue world, a solitary wanderer untethered from any star, drifting silently through the cosmic deep. Or perhaps it is an ice giant, locked in a distant, frigid orbit around a pale, dying sun. As we draw closer to this colossal sphere, its sheer scale begins to dominate the entirety of your visual field. It is a world composed not of rock and dirt, but of impossibly dense, churning layers of gas and exotic liquids. We are preparing to cross the threshold, to descend inside the crushing atmosphere of a distant gas giant. Imagine floating just above the outermost edge of this world's atmosphere. The colors here are deep, bruised, and hypnotic. Vast bands of dark cerulean, rich navy blue, and impossibly deep indigo stretch across the curvature of the planet, swirling in slow, majestic fluid dynamics. These are atmospheric currents, thousands of miles wide, moving with a terrifying, silent grace. The gravity of this world reaches out into the void, a gentle but irresistible invisible hand, taking hold of your weightless form and slowly, carefully pulling you down. You do not resist. You allow the gravity to embrace you, drawing you smoothly down into the upper layers of the thick, alien sky. As we sink below the exosphere, the absolute silence of the vacuum is replaced by the lowest, deepest frequency imaginable. It is the sound of an entire world breathing, the slow, tectonic shifting of oceans of gas under immense gravitational strain. The air around us is not the thin, familiar mixture of oxygen and nitrogen we know. It is a dense, heavy soup of hydrogen, helium, and complex hydrocarbons. Methane gas, a simple molecule made of one carbon atom bound to 4 hydrogen atoms, floats abundantly in these upper freezing layers. The temperature here is hundreds of degrees below zero, a pristine, sterile cold that preserves the delicate chemistry of the sky. But as we continue our slow, steady descent, plunging deeper and deeper into the heart of the giant, the environment begins to undergo a profound and terrifyingly beautiful transformation. The light from the distant cosmos is entirely choked out by the heavy, swirling clouds above us. We are swallowed by an absolute, impenetrable darkness. Yet, in this darkness, the true physics of this world begin to awaken. As we sink hundreds, then thousands of miles deep into the atmosphere, the weight of the endless ocean of gas above us begins to press down. The atmospheric pressure mounts exponentially, growing hundreds, then thousands, then tens of thousands of times greater than anything experienced on the surface of the Earth. This pressure is not violent. It is a slow, methodical, and incredibly heavy embrace. It is the universe asserting its physical will upon matter, and with this immense, crushing pressure comes heat. The friction of billions of tons of gas pressing inward upon itself generates a deep, dark warmth that begins to bake the atmosphere. We have entered a high-pressure, high-temperature crucible, a planetary-scale laboratory where the fundamental building blocks of matter are forced to change their nature. Here, in the dark, sweltering depths, the methane molecules can no longer hold themselves together. The crushing weight and the rising temperatures become too much for the chemical bonds to withstand. In a slow, invisible molecular tearing, the hydrogen atoms are stripped away from the carbon atoms. The hydrogen, being lighter, slowly bubbles upward, rising back toward the freezing surface. But the carbon atoms, heavy and newly liberated, are left behind, suspended in the thick, dark air. Alone in the dark, these freed carbon atoms begin to seek one another out. Drawn together by fundamental chemical forces, they begin to bond, linking together in the crushing dark to form microscopic chains and rings. This is the birth of soot, pure amorphous carbon, swirling in dark, microscopic clouds within the even darker atmosphere. But the descent does not stop here. Gravity continues its relentless, downward pull, and the soot is dragged deeper still into the belly of the giant. Prepare your mind for extreme macro-level visuals. If we were to magnify our vision 1,000,000 times, we would see the remarkable transformation taking place in the microscopic world. As the soot sinks deeper, the pressure becomes truly astronomical. The amorphous, disorganized clumps of carbon are squeezed with such unimaginable force that their atomic structure is physically crushed into a new shape. The atoms are forced to align, flattening out into perfect, two-dimensional, hexagonal sheets. The soot has been compressed into graphite. Yet, the giant demands more. We sink deeper. The temperature is now thousands of degrees, a dark, hidden furnace burning without a flame. The pressure is millions of times greater than the surface of our home world. The heavy, dark atmosphere here is so dense it behaves more like a thick, boiling fluid than a gas. And it is here, in this crushing, violent, and entirely invisible crucible, that the final, most beautiful transformation occurs. The two-dimensional sheets of graphite can no longer withstand the immense, crushing weight of the atmosphere from all sides. The pressure attacks the graphite from every angle, forcing the carbon atoms to collapse inward upon themselves, abandoning their flat sheets and bonding together into a rigid, three-dimensional, tetrahedral lattice. It is the most compact, the most resilient, and the most perfectly organized structure that carbon can possibly form. In the absolute, pitch-black, crushing depths of this alien sky, the graphite crystallizes. The carbon compresses into diamonds that fall like slow-motion snow through the thick, dark air. Imagine the sheer, breathtaking majesty of this hidden phenomenon. You are floating in a pitch-black, fluid-like sky, surrounded by a pressure so immense it defies human comprehension. And all around you, materializing out of the dark, hot gas, are diamonds. They are not the perfectly cut, polished gemstones of the waking world. They are raw, jagged, natural crystals, varying in size from microscopic grains of glittering dust to massive, heavy stones the size of boulders. Because the atmosphere here is so incredibly thick, so dense and viscous, the diamonds do not plummet violently. They drift, they sink with a hypnotic, agonizing slowness, suspended in the heavy fluid dynamics of the deep atmosphere. They fall like a glittering, slow-motion snowstorm through the eternal night. Occasionally, a massive, silent electrical storm will discharge deep within the atmosphere, a colossal flash of sheet lightning that illuminates the clouds for a fraction of a second. In that fleeting, brilliant flash of blue-white light, the true scale of the diamond rain is revealed. For hundreds of miles in every direction, the sky is filled with billions upon billions of diamonds. The sudden burst of light catches the facets of the raw crystals, refracting and reflecting through the crystalline lattice, turning the dark sky into a momentary, blinding explosion of glittering, multicolored light. The light pierces through the raw diamonds, scattering the beams into brilliant rainbows that flash and die in the time it takes to draw a single breath. And then, the darkness returns, as heavy and absolute as before, and the slow, silent, glittering snowfall continues its journey downward. This silent rain of precious stones has been falling for billions of years, a perpetual, slow-motion shower of wealth and beauty, hidden entirely in the dark, unseen by any eyes, unbothered by the passage of epochs. It is a testament to the quiet, mechanical perfection of the universe, a universe that effortlessly creates masterpieces of physics and chemistry in the places where no one can ever go. Let the image of this slow-motion diamond snowfall fill your mind. Visualize the heavy, raw crystals forming out of nothingness, crystallizing in the dark, and drifting slowly, peacefully downward. Feel the immense, crushing pressure of the atmosphere around them, not as a threat, but as a heavy, weighted, protective embrace. It is a pressure that holds everything together, a pressure that forces chaos into perfect, crystalline order. Allow that same sensation of heavy, comforting pressure to rest upon your own body. Feel gravity pulling you down, sinking you deeper into your rest, just as the diamonds sink deeper into the heart of the giant. But where do they go? The journey of the diamond rain does not end in the thick air. As the stones sink thousands of miles deeper, approaching the very core of the planet, the heat and pressure reach a critical, mind-bending threshold. The temperature becomes so extreme, rivaling the surface of a star, that even the unbreakable tetrahedral lattice of the diamond begins to destabilize. Deep, deep down, at the very center of this massive world, scientists theorize that the falling diamonds eventually reach an ocean. But it is not an ocean of water. It is an ocean of liquid carbon, a vast, swirling, superheated sea of melted diamond. The falling crystals of the upper atmosphere drift down, finally touching the surface of this glittering, liquid sea, and slowly melt away, rejoining the massive, liquid core. And at the very center of this liquid ocean, under the absolute maximum pressure the planet can generate, the liquid carbon may crystallize one final time, forming a solid, planet-sized diamond core, a single, monolithic crystal, larger than the entire Earth, resting silently in the absolute center of the giant, bathed in the dark heat, surrounded by an ocean of liquid jewel, and fed by a never-ending, slow-motion snowfall of raw diamonds from the skies above. This is the deep cosmos. This is the universe operating on a scale and with a physical poetry that defies simple logic. It is a place of extremes, extreme dark, extreme pressure, extreme beauty. As you visualize this massive, silent world, with its heavy, swirling storms and its hidden, glittering core, let the sheer scale of it wash away the trivial concerns of the waking hours. Your mind is untethered, drifting through the thick, dark air, watching the beautiful, slow-motion descent of the carbon crystals. There is no rush here. There is no urgency. The diamonds will fall for another billion years. The liquid ocean will swirl in the dark. The universe will continue its slow, magnificent, and entirely peaceful clockwork rotation. Allow yourself to become a part of that slow rotation. Sink into the heavy gravity. Drift with the falling snow. Let the deep, rhythmic, heavy pressure of the cosmos lull you into a state of perfect, absolute, and unbroken rest. As we drift further into the profound depths of the cosmos, we leave behind the familiar shores of starlight and the illuminated islands of galaxies that we have always known. Up until this moment, our journey has been guided by the light, by the brilliant fusion of stars, the swirling accretion disks of black holes, and the glowing nebulae that paint the night sky. But the universe holds secrets far older and far more vast than anything that shines. We are now entering a realm where the concepts become mysterious and mind-bending, designed to let the logical brain shut down completely while the subconscious takes over. We are venturing into the dark, into the profound and quiet mysteries of the invisible universe. When you look up at a clear night sky, you see a magnificent tapestry of light. You see solitary stars, the cloudy band of the Milky Way, and perhaps, with a telescope, the spiral arms of distant galactic neighbors. For centuries, humanity believed that what we could see was all that existed. We believed that the universe was made entirely of the ordinary matter that makes up you, me, the planets, the stars, and the glowing clouds of cosmic dust. We trusted our eyes. We trusted the light. But light, as it turns out, is only a tiny fraction of the cosmic story. It is merely the foam on the surface of a vast, unseeable ocean. If we were to take everything we can see, touch, and measure with our conventional instruments, Every star in every galaxy, every planet, every moon, every speck of dust, and every atom of free-floating gas, it would amount to less than 15% of the actual matter in the universe. The rest is a ghost. The rest is an immense, silent, and invisible presence that completely surrounds us, permeates us, and holds the very fabric of the cosmos together. This invisible presence is the unseen scaffolding of the universe. We call it dark matter, though the name itself is a gentle misconception. It is not dark in the way a storm cloud is dark, blocking the light behind it. It is not a void, and it is not a shadow. It is entirely transparent. It does not emit light, it does not reflect light, and it does not absorb light. It simply does not interact with electromagnetism at all. It is a completely different kind of substance, moving silently through the universe, utterly indifferent to the shining, burning world of ordinary matter. To understand the profound scale of this mystery, we must travel back to the observatories of the mid-20th century, where the first whispers of this cosmic ghost were heard. Astronomers, watching the majestic slow-motion ballet of galaxy clusters, noticed something impossible. A galaxy cluster is a massive gathering of hundreds or thousands of galaxies, all swarming around a common center of gravity, like bees around a hive. But when scientists measured the speed at which these galaxies were moving, the mathematics unraveled. The galaxies were moving far too fast. Based on the amount of glowing matter, the stars, and the gas, there was simply not enough gravity to hold the cluster together. The cluster should have flown apart billions of years ago, its galaxies scattered to the lonely winds of deep space. Yet, the cluster remained intact, held together in a tight, graceful dance. There had to be something else there, something invisible, possessing an immense gravitational pull, binding the visible galaxies together like an unseen hand. Years later, the mystery deepened as we looked closer to home, at the rotation of individual spiral galaxies like our own Milky Way and our neighbor, Andromeda. Imagine a swirling vortex of water or a spinning pinwheel. Common sense and the laws of physics as we understood them dictated that the stars at the very edges of a galaxy should orbit much slower than the stars near the dense, heavy center. But as astronomers carefully measured the light from the outer edges of these galactic disks, they found a beautiful, perplexing anomaly. The stars at the very edge were moving at the exact same blazing speed as the stars near the core. The entire galaxy was spinning almost like a solid disk. If the galaxy were made only of the matter we could see, the outer stars would be flung out into the empty void, completely untethered. The only logical conclusion was a humbling one. The luminous galaxy we see is merely a bright, glowing core embedded in the center of an unimaginably massive, invisible sphere of dark matter. This vast, unseen halo provides the gravity needed to hold the spinning stars in their perfect, delicate orbits. Without this invisible anchor, the universe as we know it could not exist. The stars would scatter, the galaxies would dissolve, the intricate, beautiful structures of the cosmos would be erased. Dark matter is the quiet architect of reality, the heavy, silent foundation upon which the entire cathedral of the universe is built. Let us pull our perspective back, far beyond the boundaries of a single galaxy, far beyond the local clusters. We are shifting our vision, altering our perception to see what the universe truly looks like on the grandest scale imaginable. As we do, the familiar shapes of spiral galaxies and elliptical star clusters fade away, revealing the true architecture of existence. You are now visualizing the unseen scaffolding of the universe. What emerges in the endless dark is not a random scattering of stars, but a magnificent, interconnected structure. It is the cosmic web. It looks like a colossal, infinite nervous system, spanning billions of light years. It is composed of abstract, glowing filaments connecting distant galaxies, pulsating gently with a soft, bioluminescent-style light against infinite black. This is the skeleton of the cosmos, made almost entirely of dark matter. These abstract, glowing filaments connecting distant galaxies are rivers of invisible mass, stretching across the incomprehensible distances of the void. They are unimaginably thick, unimaginably dense, with this unseen gravity. Where these massive filaments intersect, they form massive nodes, deep gravitational wells. It is within these deep, heavy nodes that ordinary matter, the gas, the dust, the stars, pools together, drawn in by the immense gravity. These nodes are where the grandest galaxy clusters in the universe bloom, shining like bright, glowing cities situated at the intersections of invisible cosmic highways. Between these pulsating, glowing filaments lie the voids. These are vast, spherical regions of almost absolute emptiness, hundreds of millions of light years across, where neither dark matter nor ordinary matter resides. The architecture is breathtaking. It mirrors the microscopic structures of the natural world, the neural pathways of a human brain, the sprawling subterranean networks of mycelium, the delicate, intricate structure of a spider's web dripping with morning dew. The universe, at its most fundamental, largest scale, is bound together by this quiet, pulsing geometry, pulsating gently with a soft, bioluminescent-style light against infinite black. How do we know the shape of something we cannot see? We look for its shadow in the light. Because dark matter possesses mass, it also possesses gravity. And gravity, as Albert Einstein taught us, warps the very fabric of space and time. When we look deep into the universe, past a massive concentration of dark matter, the light from galaxies lying far behind it is bent, magnified, and distorted as it passes through the warped space. This phenomenon, known as gravitational lensing, creates beautiful ethereal arcs and rings of light in the night sky. The dark matter acts as a colossal, invisible glass lens, distorting the background cosmos. By mapping these distortions, by tracing the bends and curves of ancient light, we can draw the map of the invisible world. We can see the weight of the dark matter outlined by the gentle bending of the starlight around it. The story of dark matter is also the story of our origins. In the absolute earliest moments of the universe, shortly after the Big Bang, the cosmos was a hot, dense sea of radiation and rapidly expanding particles. As the universe expanded and cooled, it was the dark matter that settled first. Unaffected by the intense pressure of radiation that kept ordinary matter scattered and agitated, the dark matter began to clump together, drawn by its own gravity. It formed the first dense pockets, the first gravitational wells. When the universe cooled enough for ordinary matter to form atoms, this ordinary matter was drawn irresistibly into the deep, quiet wells of dark matter that had already formed. The dark matter gathered the hydrogen and helium gas, pulling it in, compressing it until the pressure and heat ignited the very first stars. Without the invisible scaffolding of the universe already in place, the gas would never have gathered densely enough to ignite. The universe would have remained a cold, thin, and featureless cloud of gas drifting in the dark. You, me, the Earth, the Sun, the Milky Way, we are all here because the dark matter gathered the building blocks of life and held them together. It is our silent, invisible guardian. And yet, Despite its profound importance, we still do not know what it is. It remains one of the greatest, most beautiful mysteries in human science. Deep underground, in silent laboratories shielded by miles of solid rock, scientists wait patiently for a single particle of dark matter to interact with a detector. They theorize about weakly interacting massive particles, about incredibly light, wave-like axions, about dimensions we cannot perceive. But the dark matter remains elusive. It slips through our hands, through our planet, through our bodies, billions of particles passing through you every single second without leaving a trace. There is a profound comfort in this mystery. As we drift further into the realm where the concepts become mysterious and mind-bending, designed to let the logical brain shut down completely while the subconscious takes over, we can surrender to the unknown. We do not need to understand everything to appreciate its majesty. The logical brain demands answers, equations, and definitive proofs. But the subconscious mind understands the beauty of a secret. It understands that the universe is far deeper, far more complex, and far more magical than our limited senses can perceive. Imagine yourself floating gently through this invisible web. You are untethered from the heavy gravity of Earth, drifting freely through the vast, empty voids, surrounded by the abstract, glowing filaments connecting distant galaxies. You can feel the slow, steady pulse of the cosmos. The dark matter is not something to be feared. It is the gentle hands of the universe, holding everything in a state of delicate, perfect balance. It is the unseen embrace that keeps the stars from falling away into the absolute dark. Let your mind expand to fill the infinite spaces between the glowing filaments. Release the need to know, the need to see, the need to measure. Embrace the vast, unseen architecture of the cosmos. Let the slow, rhythmic rotation of the unseen galaxies lull you into a state of absolute heavy peace. The universe is holding you, just as it holds the spinning stars and the ancient glowing clusters. You are part of this magnificent, invisible web, perfectly suspended in the dark, perfectly safe, and perfectly at rest. As the bioluminescent light pulses softly against the infinite black, let yourself sink deeper into the quiet, heavy mystery of the cosmos. Drift into the beautiful, unseen dark. As you rest in the quiet sanctuary of this moment, enveloped in the stillness of your surroundings, it is incredibly easy to believe that you are completely at rest. The surface beneath you does not shift. The air around you is calm. The world outside your window seems locked in the quiet, motionless embrace of the night. But this stillness is a beautiful, comforting illusion. In the grand, unfathomable theater of the cosmos, nothing is ever truly still. You are, in fact, a traveler embarking on an epic, never-ending journey across the infinite dark, carried along by cosmic currents so vast and powerful that they defy the limits of human comprehension. To understand the true nature of your voyage, we must first pull our perspective back, layer by layer, unspooling the thread of our cosmic address. Right now, the Earth is rotating on its axis, carrying you through space at roughly 1,000 miles per hour. Simultaneously, our planet is hurtling along its orbital path around the Sun at a staggering 67,000 miles per hour. But the Sun itself is a wanderer. Our local star, dragging the Earth and all the other planets along with it, is locked in a grand orbit around the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy, sweeping through the Orion Cygnus arm at an astonishing 500,000 miles per hour. It takes 230 million years just to complete a single revolution around the galactic core. Yet, even this incredible galactic carousel is merely a localized motion. The Milky Way galaxy itself, this sprawling, glittering pinwheel of 200 billion stars, is not anchored in place. For decades, astronomers believed that the galaxies of the universe were simply drifting apart, carried outward in all directions by the relentless expansion of space that began with the Big Bang. If you were to look out into the deep void, you would see nearly every distant galaxy moving away from us, their light stretched into longer, redder wavelengths, a phenomenon known as cosmological redshift. This expansion is the fundamental fabric of the universe stretching outward. However, in the late 20th century, as our instruments grew sharper and our gaze pierced deeper into the cosmic dark, a profound mystery began to emerge. Astrophysicists, mapping the cosmic microwave background, the ancient, lingering radiation left over from the birth of the universe, detected a strange anomaly. The temperature of this background radiation was slightly warmer in one specific direction of the sky and slightly cooler in the opposite direction. This dipole effect is the cosmic equivalent of a Doppler shift. It revealed an undeniable truth. The Milky Way is not merely drifting outward with the expansion of space. We are moving. We are hurtling through the universe at a breakneck speed of 1.3 million miles per hour. But what could possibly possess the gravitational strength to pull an entire galaxy, along with our neighboring Andromeda galaxy and the dozens of smaller dwarf galaxies that make up our local group, across the universe at such an incomprehensible velocity? We are being drawn across millions of light years of empty space toward an anomaly known as the Great Attractor. The Great Attractor is not a single, terrifying object. It is not a gargantuan supermassive black hole waiting to consume us, nor is it a dark, rogue star. Rather, it is a massive, unseen force pulling thousands of galaxies toward it. It represents a gravitational focal point, a region of space so densely packed with matter that its collective mass exerts a gravitational pull that spans hundreds of millions of light years. To visualize this phenomenon, imagine the structure of the universe not as a random scattering of stars, but as a colossal, three-dimensional web. This cosmic web is made of incredibly vast, glowing filaments of dark matter and intergalactic gas, stretching across billions of light years. Where these massive filaments intersect, matter pools and clumps together under the relentless crush of gravity, forming gigantic superclusters of galaxies. The Great Attractor is the gravitational heart of our local supercluster, a deep valley in the fabric of space-time toward which all surrounding matter is flowing. As you drift closer to this concept in your mind's eye, envision the slow, majestic, sweeping motion of entire star clusters drifting like dust motes in a sunbeam. In the grand timescale of the cosmos, this motion is not violent or chaotic. It is a slow, silent river of light flowing through the absolute blackness of the void. Millions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars, planets, and nebulae, are caught in this silent current. They drift effortlessly, bound together by invisible gravitational tethers, moving as a single synchronized fleet toward a destination we can barely perceive. It is a massive, unseen force pulling thousands of galaxies toward it, orchestrating a cosmic ballet of incomprehensible scale. For a long time, the true nature of this gravitational anomaly was shrouded in complete darkness, hidden from the prying eyes of human telescopes. This is because it lies in a region of the sky known to astronomers as the zone of avoidance. By pure cosmic coincidence, the direction we are being pulled perfectly aligns with the dense, dusty plane of our own Milky Way galaxy. When we try to look toward the Great Attractor, our view is blocked by the thick bands of interstellar dust, glowing gas clouds, and the blinding light of millions of our own local stars. It is akin to trying to peer through a window that is thickly coated in frost. We can see the light shining through, but the details of the landscape beyond are entirely obscured. It was not until the advent of X-ray astronomy and deep space radio telescopes that scientists were finally able to peer through the thick, dusty veil of the Milky Way's galactic plane. Unlike visible light, X-rays and radio waves can penetrate the dense interstellar dust clouds. When astronomers finally looked through the zone of avoidance using these new eyes, they discovered something breathtaking. Lying roughly 150 to 250 million light-years away, hidden in the dark, was a massive concentration of galaxies known as the Norma Cluster. The Norma Cluster is a chaotic, bustling metropolis of the cosmos, filled with ancient, massive, elliptical galaxies and permeated by superheated intergalactic gas that glows brightly in the X-ray spectrum. But the Norma Cluster alone was not massive enough to account for the incredible velocity at which our galaxy is moving. It was merely the peak of a much larger mountain of mass. Surrounding the Norma Cluster is a vast, sprawling superstructure of galaxy clusters, including the Centaurus and Hydra clusters, all bound together in a massive gravitational embrace. This entire region is the core of an even larger structure, an unimaginably vast continent of galaxies named Laniakea. In the Hawaiian language, Laniakea translates to immense heaven, a perfectly fitting title for our local cosmic neighborhood. The Laniakea supercluster contains over 100,000 individual galaxies spanning 520 million light-years across. If you were to map the movement of all the galaxies within Laniakea, you would see that they are all flowing along invisible pathways, like tributaries feeding into a massive cosmic river, all converging toward a central basin. That central basin, the gravitational anchor of our immense heaven, is the Great Attractor. Watch the slow, majestic, sweeping motion of entire star clusters drifting like dust motes in a sunbeam. There is no resistance here. There is no struggle against the current. The galaxies simply surrender to the overwhelming geometry of space-time, gliding smoothly along the curved pathways of gravity. Every star, every planet, every comet, and every atom within these thousands of galaxies is moving together in a state of perfectly synchronized grace. It is a reminder that in the universe, gravity is the ultimate choreographer, dictating the movements of the largest structures in existence with a quiet, undeniable authority. Yet, the mysteries of the universe are infinite, and the story of our cosmic journey does not end at the Great Attractor. As our measurements grew more precise and our maps of the cosmos expanded, another profound realization dawned on the scientific community. While we are undoubtedly being pulled toward this massive region, the Great Attractor itself is moving. It is not the final destination. The entire Laniakea supercluster, including our Milky Way and the Great Attractor itself, is being drawn toward an even more massive structure located another 400 million light-years further out in the dark. This even more distant colossus is known as the Shapley supercluster. It is the most massive concentration of galaxies in our local universe, a structure so dense and heavy that its gravitational influence dwarfs even the immense heaven of Laniakea. It is as if we are caught in a gentle river that is flowing toward a massive lake, only to discover that the lake itself is cascading over a grand waterfall, drawn down by a deeper, more fundamental pull. We are swept up in a massive, unseen force pulling thousands of galaxies toward it, a cascade of gravitational hierarchies, extending deep into the uncharted cosmos. This is the concept of dark flow, a controversial but mesmerizing theory suggesting that patches of the observable universe are moving in a uniform direction, pulled by structures that may exist beyond the boundaries of the observable universe itself. We are drifting through the ocean of night, guided by invisible forces that were set in motion at the very dawn of time.